Yeah, you hear about them parties? Nah, that wasn't for me. No, sir.
Inside sources say Jay-Z beefs up security.
It seems the rap community is finally starting to speak out against Diddy and Jay-Z after years of silence and overlooking their questionable activities. The latest artist to break his silence is Beanie Sigel, who decided to share his experiences and expose both Diddy and Jay-Z. Beanie recently revealed some disturbing things he heard about Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Although he wisely chose not to get involved, knowing from the start that Diddy was not to be trusted, his story about Jay-Z is different. Beanie believed Jay-Z was a true friend, but like many other rappers have testified, Jay-Z ended up betraying Beanie and turning his back on him when he needed support the most. So what exactly happened between Beanie and Jay-Z? And what did Beanie reveal about those infamous Diddy parties? Let's dive into it. As the day of Diddy's arrest is reportedly fast approaching, with more details about his alleged wrongdoings coming to light. Industry figures are finally starting to speak out against him. While 50 Cent was probably the only one bold enough to publicly call out Diddy long before these lawsuits started piling up, the situation is changing. Back then, it seemed like 50 Cent was just being petty and trolling Diddy for laughs. However, as Diddy's legal troubles continue to mount, more of his former associates are finding the courage to share their stories. The latest to do so is former Rockefeller artist Beanie Sigel. Beanie didn't just criticize Diddy, he also spoke about Diddy's longtime friend, Jay-Z, who, according to Beanie, betrayed him in the worst way. Let's start with Diddy. He and Beanie used to be cool back in the day, with Beanie making a guest appearance on Diddy's second studio album, Forever, jumping on the track Journey Through the Life, with Diddy, Lil' Kim, Joe Cocker, and Nas. Diddy even wanted to sign Beanie to Bad Boy, but Beanie had already made a deal with Rockefeller. In hindsight, he definitely made the right choice. They don't call it the Bad Boy curse for nothing. Pretty much every artist who signed with Diddy ended up getting screwed over. In a recent interview on The Art of Dialogue, Beanie said he doesn't regret signing with Rockefeller because knowing what we know now about Diddy and how he treated his artists, who knows if Beanie would still be around to tell the tale if he had signed with Diddy. Now I feel you. As for the legal mess Diddy's dealing with right now, Beanie mentioned that he heard some stuff about those notorious Diddy parties over the years, but he made it clear he never attended any of them, not one. As for Jay-Z, Beanie had a lot of trust in him back in the day, not knowing that Jay would eventually betray him, just like Diddy did with his Bad Boy artists. When Beanie appeared on Drink Champs in 2021, he shared that when he first signed with Rockefeller in 1998 and became their flagship artist, he genuinely believed Jay was solid and would always have his back, no matter what. But like many other artists who thought Jay-Z was a real friend, Beanie quickly learned that Jay cares about one thing and one thing alone: profit. All the talk about La Familia flew right out the window the moment Jay-Z felt like Beanie could jeopardize his cash flow. To give you some background, back in 2009, Beanie recorded the song I Go Off with 50 Cent, dissing Jay-Z. However, Beanie and Jay had already fallen out by that point. Their fallout began around the time Rockefeller split and Beanie was dealing with legal troubles. During the same episode of Drink Champs, Beanie shared how he felt crushed when Jay-Z vouched for him in court back in 2003, but then said he wouldn't be responsible for keeping tabs on Beanie's whereabouts. Some fans defended Jay-Z, saying he did the right thing by refusing to take responsibility for Beanie's actions. They argued that Beanie was a grown man responsible for his own choices. and it wasn't fair to expect Jay-Z to save him from his mistakes. However, many others pointed out that the accusations against Jay-Z being a snake aren't just about Beanie Sigel.
How do you feel about the situation Diddy going through right now?
Man. That's wild. You know, y'all got that game pause. They stopped saying pause, and now it's no Diddy.
Some fans defended Jay-Z, saying he did the right thing by refusing to take responsibility for Beanie's actions. They argued that Beanie was a grown man responsible for his own choices, and it wasn't fair to expect Jay-Z to save him from his mistakes. However, many others pointed out that the accusations against Jay-Z being a snake aren't just about Beanie Sigel. Almost everyone who helped Jay-Z rise to the top has a similar story of feeling betrayed by him, from Jazzo to Dame Dash. They all believed Jay was their friend, only to feel let down later on. To be fair, this pattern makes some sense, considering that no one becomes a billionaire by being overly nice. It seems that having ruthless business tactics, often perceived as lacking morals or principles, is almost a requirement to amass such wealth. While lacking morals might make someone seem like a snake, it isn't a crime. So are people just being bitter when it comes to Jay-Z? Here's the thing. Many folks believe Jay-Z didn't just betray his friends or make shady business moves. Some individuals have actually accused him of committing serious crimes, alleging that he literally eliminated anyone who stood in his way. Jaguar Wright has been one of the loudest voices in the industry, calling out Jay-Z over the years. Jaguar Wright has leveled some very serious accusations against Jay-Z, claiming that he has eliminated multiple people, including his former partners Big L and Pimp C, his alleged mistress Kathy White, and Aaliyah. She suggests that anyone who became a problem for Roc Nation and Jay-Z ended up facing dire consequences. Wright is not alone in her claims. Some high-profile industry figures have made similar allegations about Jay-Z, including his former friend Kanye West. In November 2016, shortly before he was hospitalized and put on psychiatric hold, Kanye went off on both Jay-Z and Beyoncé during his concert in Sacramento. He accused the Carters of using blackmail to win awards and suggested that Jay-Z might try to take him out for exposing him and his wife. Kanye expressed his hurt, saying, "I was hurt 'cause I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year. Me, Che, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me." Coincidence or not, less than 24 hours after publicly slamming Jay-Z and Beyoncé, Kanye suffered some kind of episode while hanging out with friends. This sequence of events has fueled speculation and conspiracy theories about Jay-Z's influence and the lengths he might go to protect his interests. His former personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, was involved in placing Kanye on a 5150 psychiatric hold. Knowing what we now know about Pasternak and how he later threatened to institutionalize Kanye again and sent him back to zombie land, it's understandable why people might look at Jay-Z with suspicion. Moreover, Jay-Z was close friends with both R. Kelly and Diddy for years, but he was nowhere to be seen when they faced legal troubles. Mainstream media rarely questions Jay-Z about his association with Diddy, but leave it to 50 Cent to remind everyone. Shortly after Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties in March, 50 Cent shared a meme on Instagram and wrote, "Anybody see Jay? Oh." Puff said he ain't answering his phone. Jaguar Wright also chimed in, claiming that it's only a matter of time before people realize Jay-Z is just as bad, if not worse, than Diddy. She said, "It must suck to know that Jay-Z is part of all of this." Diddy and Jay-Z are psychopaths. They have been working together for the better part of 25 years. They collect victims, they compete, and they cling their prizes. These statements paint a disturbing picture of Jay-Z's alleged behavior and associations, contributing to the growing unease about his true nature. Music. Prizes, like in the movie Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman. Remember how they were looking for the Casanova killer, and as they investigated, they noticed that certain crimes mirrored each other. There were two different styles but the same hunt. They discovered that it was two of them working together, competing. One type of woman grabbed one way, another type grabbed differently on the other side of the country. They even found their lunar cycle and how they hunted. Guess what? It was the sloppy one that got them caught because the sophisticated one taught him how to hunt. Jay-Z is just as bad as the rest, and I know that for a fact. I have the scars to prove it. You can call Jaguar right crazy or a clout chaser or whatever, but what's actually crazy is that she has been proven right more times than we can count. In fact, numerous times, her allegations have turned out to be true, shedding light on the darker side of the music industry and the individuals within it. Whether it's about Diddy, Jay-Z, or others, her insights often provide a perspective that many in the mainstream media overlook or ignore. Whole years before Cassie filed her lawsuit, Jaguar claimed in an interview that Diddy was an extra, and this was long before anyone called Diddy that word. And he's using music and entertainment mentor by Clive Davis, so who's to say Jaguar right won't end up being right about Jay-Z too only time. We'll tell I guess as for Beanie Sigel fans are coming to his defense and saying that he might have made some mistakes in the past. But when you compare him to Jay-Z and Diddy, he comes off looking like a saint, one fan said about Jay-Z. I absolutely believe that he is 100% worse than that nasty do dirty Combs, and not necessarily for the same things that Combs has done. But certainly I have my reasons if you have any level of high consciousness. When you know, and another fan added Jay, and their beloved queen Beyonce, Kanye told, well, they unived folks. But let me know how you feel about Beanie Sigel calling out Jay-Z. Do you think Jay will go down next after Diddy? Or is he too protected to fall? Drop your comments below. And then check out this next video.